one area that we focus a lot on, and this is not for any particular client, but it's really the defense industry, and it's sort of implementing the necessary changes in order to bear fruit, sort of Prime Minister Modi's Make in India vision. You know, you've seen sort of the changes that are being done in the procurement process, but that's taken a little bit longer. I think people would like to see, and maybe sort of the responsibility lies with Indian corporates as well, but you know, these activities, the manufacturing activities, the Make in India activities need strong government support, and it needs strong Indian corporate support, and you just haven't seen that really start to gel, or there's a lot of anticipation and people want to see more concrete sort of movement in that direction. I guess that would be one area that I would.
And that's a good example. Yeah. Let me flip the question.
And it's an important example too, I think. Yeah.
So let me flip the question to the States. So Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump. What could the world be if either of them were to be president? And I guess starting with Donald Trump.
Wow, it'll be
in the context that we are speaking today.
So let me try to answer that. I think it'd be an interesting world. I'm not involved in any of the campaigns. This is just an uninformed view on what's going on. I think we are in a global economy. We need a global economy in order for the United States economy to grow. So I think the practical reality is we need global trading partners, and we're going to have to deal with them. I think if in either the Sanders administration or the Trump administration, it's just in all three, we're restarting relationships. Maybe with President Clinton, the India-U.S. relationship, there would be more continuity with what President Obama has been able to put in place. But if it's a Sanders or Trump one, it's a restart. It's new advisors, new people in place, a new beginning on sort of feeling each other out, whether it's on the India side and on the U.S. side, who these people are, what their objectives are, what their agendas are. So I think, in going back to sort of the defense example, with the ending of the President Obama's administration, clearly, the time is now for a lot of these efforts to begin to bear fruit. I think there should be a sense of urgency on the India side, just as much on the U.S. side, of this window that we have available without a new administration. What can we get done now? And how do we go about now to sort of put in place processes or programs that will carry over no matter who the next administration is. And I think that's where the sense of urgency should be for both sides, both the U.S. and for India.
Right. But do you see, as some fear, a sense of increased protectionism within the U.S.? I mean, as has been alluded to by Donald Trump, for instance.
Well, everybody, right? It's all three candidates or four candidates: Cruz, Trump, Clinton, and Sanders. I'm not going to give you a satisfactory answer. I think that...
Or it could be just electoral rhetoric, I mean, in the run-up to elections.
One would hope that's the case, but I'm not sure. I think that there's a legitimate concern about that.
Trade particularly.
Trade particularly, yeah. The jobs situation in the United States, it just sort of hit home. People are just sort of frustrated with the lack of job growth, and these are easy things to talk about. So, but I'm not entirely sure that we will able to put up these trade walls and just sort of have our economy grow based only upon a purely U.S. domestic market.
Right. So the one or two key trends that you're seeing for 2016 on the cross-border investment flows, trade, from your point?
From our point, I think I'm going to come back, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I think sort of the India-U.S. defense opportunity is a tremendous opportunity. I think that is an area that needs to be focused on by both countries, because it's probably the classic win-win proposition where it gives U.S. defense companies an opportunity to sell product that's manufactured in India, that's part of the global supply chain, and it achieves Prime Minister Modi's objectives. I think that's key. I think, I don't know this for certain, but I wonder whether you're going to see more Indian corporates look to the U.S. for acquisitions. and this is just a sense that I'm getting from speaking with people, and maybe it goes to what we were talking about a little bit earlier. If these changes are able to be brought about by the Modi-led government,
Right.
then it gives Indian corporates a lot more confidence in the Indian economy, where their position is, and allows them to go out from India into the US, out from India into Africa. But I think you're probably going to see opportunities in the US, whether it's in the life sciences or healthcare space or other areas.